IBML believes in a culture of social collaboration and transparent business interaction. One of the tools we have used in order to shift our culture to a socially collaborative way of thinking and doing business is Connections. With a great tool like Connections, there comes some responsibility. To facilitate everyone's understanding of what is expected in our Connections community, we have put together a short guideline of appropriate conduct within the culture. Let's take a few minutes to familiarize ourselves with these guidelines. A core principle for IBML Connections is that we want everyone to feel comfortable expressing their ideas in our business community. The executive team is committed to doing their best to encourage and maintain this open and transparent environment in order to engage employees and share knowledge throughout the organization and not just by department. IBML strongly encourages that all employees set Connections as their home page of their internet browser to facilitate and promote greater participation. Social business functions best when everyone participates and employees are encouraged to spend time viewing and contributing to the Connections culture. Social business is transformative because it helps break down traditional boundaries and information silos in an organization. While it's always nice to have positive information in our social system, sometimes bad news needs to be shared, and you should not hesitate to share any information or important feedback for fear of retaliation from your supervisor or manager. No one in the company can require you to gain their approval or permission before posting something in Connections. When engaging in Connections, there are a few things you should consider. Before sending an email to IBML employees, especially if it's to multiple employees, consider would it be better suited for Connections. For example, a document that a group of people would collaborate on is better suited for Connections because it eliminates multiple copies of the same document. Also keep in mind it is easier to keep something in Connections if it has started in Connections than it is to move it there after the fact. Do not be afraid to point out long email chains that should be moved to an activity or community within Connections. Trivial things or material that does not add value should not be in Connections. For example, asking a coworker what he or she is doing for lunch. So use your best judgment. Some things in Connections may be public to all IBML employees, while some things may be more limited. Be sure you consider the intended audience you are expecting to be able to view your material prior to posting it. At the moment, nothing is visible to partners, resellers, vendors, or customers. On a related topic, be mindful of what customer, partner, vendor, or reseller information can be shared with other IBML employees. IBML maintains non-disclosure agreements with various organizations. For example, you can discuss customer issues in Connections, but do not publish live customer images that may contain sensitive information, such as checks or tax returns. Be honest, transparent, and respectful of others. Do not use ethnic slurs, personal insults, obscenities, or engage in any conduct that can be considered inappropriate or discriminatory. Be respectful of your coworkers when posting comments or information. Your posts, comments, and status updates represent you, your department, and your company as a whole. Responsibility for what is posted lies solely with the individual. Use your own voice and participate in honest, open, and transparent exchange of ideas, but use your best judgment as to what you say and how you say it. Remember, sometimes the lack of context and body language can make it very easy for someone to misunderstand the meaning of your message. You may certainly disagree with other people, but be sure to remain courteous and stick to relevant facts and information. It is your responsibility to set up your profile. Feel free to share what you wish to make public about yourself or your family. It is advised that you add a profile picture so that those in or out of the office feel connected to you by knowing what you look like and recognize you when they see you. A few other items about Connections that you should be aware of. Blogs are visible to all IBML employees. Communities may be open to everyone or limited to certain employees. Status updates are visible to all IBML employees. By default, activities are private unless you share them with other people. Wikis are visible to all IBML employees. The IT Wiki is a resource to use if you have further questions about Connections or other IT-related topics. Be sure to follow this wiki so you will receive notifications of new or updated content. If you have any IT related questions, feel free to click the link at the bottom of the IT Wiki homepage. This will take you to the Need Other Help page. This page will walk you through how to set up an IT request within Notes. Thank you for viewing this IBML online tutorial. For further information, please see our tutorial directory.